Okay, so this sighting from last year is probably one of the most unique behavior-wise that I've seen from a polar bear on the trips that I've hosted up there. So it was the last day of our trip up in Svalbard, and we made a call to go up one of the fjords past Pyramiden. And you had the glacier in the back, you had some ice in the front, and this polar bear, young male, was walking up and down the edge. We first couldn't figure out why. We just parked the boat, kind of crashed it into the ice and waited there in the hope that he would come closer for photography. But this thing kept on pacing up and down, and suddenly we saw some belugas pop up. Now this year, last year's beluga sightings, I think we had about 4 or 5, which is the most I've ever had. Amazing animals, difficult to photograph because they never really put their heads up. Different story. But anyway, this polar bear was looking at those. Now it was early season, so he might have been hungry, so he might be a bit more brave. But it's not a common behavior trait for polar bears to try and hunt belugas. If you look at how they hunt, these bears would normally try and catch seals on the ice. So, or they would wait at a hole where the seals come up to breathe and then they'll grab them. So for a polar bear to stand on the ice and catch a beluga, which weighs 1.5 tons, and try and grab them, because the polar bear's wrists are adapted, right? So it'll grab and pull. But now if a bear's on the ice and a beluga swimming past, for him to grab and pull it's almost impossible. This behavior is seen up in Canada more, where sometimes the belugas go upstream and they almost get beached, and then the polar bears can just grab and kind of either start feeding or pull them out from there. But with the beluga in the water, no chance. So we watched this young polar bear go up and down, and every once in a while he would kind of look at them and then stop, and then would look at them and stop. And eventually these belugas kind of on the ice edge swimming, this polar bear decided, no, this is it. And he ran and he jumped, he leapt into the water after these belugas. So we got some amazing images. I mean, I remember Dennis and Jane and them, some phenomenal images. I got the video clip, which you're seeing now, but it didn't stop. This polar bear then, because these belugas in this kind of fjord, in this bay, it was about 50 to 60 belugas, right? Swimming around this bay, just doing their thing. And here's this polar bear swimming in between the belugas. He was trying to still hunt them in the water. He has zero chance, but he kept going. And eventually we watched the whole thing play out. It must have taken about 2-3 hours, the whole thing, because he jumped in and he came back on land. But from a behavior point of view, it was interesting to see, because like I said, it was early season, and maybe he was stuck on this area and he tried anything, because there was no other seals around. Don't know. But that's the cool thing, is we looked at this behavior and we broke it down as to why it could be and how it happened. It was unique, the photography was amazing, and the experience was just golden. So unique sighting and animal behavior last year. It's not something I would be able to prep you for, because it was unusual, but you could see the intention. And watching the animal's posture and movement, we knew something was coming. And that's why we got the shots. Anyway, it was a great trip, it was a great sighting, and funny enough, that wasn't even the best polar bear sighting we had that year. But it was the most unique behavior-wise, I think. Anyway, my name is Gerry, I'm from Wild Eye. Have a good one. Bye.